What did one hat say to the other?
What one hat? I don't know.
You wait here, I'll go on ahead. Why don't circus lions eat the clowns?
I don't know.
Because they taste funny.
Hello, this is Don
And this is Gina.
with another Tuesday tips for you. And today we're talking about how you respond versus reacting to someone. Uh, so think about this. Would you rather have a 15-minute conversation with your kids or an adult or an hour-long argument? The difference there is how you respond and talk to the kids or to another adult. Do you fire back? Do you try to fix? Do you justify your position? Or do you truly listen and let them vent it out? Communication can make a huge difference in the outcome of a conversation.
I can think of many examples of us responding, I guess more examples of us responding in a reactionary way where we don't let the other person feel heard and listened to. It's always easier for me to see it from the outside when I'm observing it than when I'm in the middle of it.
Yeah, I mean, I can observe last night even doing it. I first reacted versus and later responded. So I was able to turn it around later, but initially I just reacted off, took it personal.
I kind of see you got up in her face and you're like, listen here. And I was like, oh, isn't that interesting?
Yeah, yeah. It took me a while to.
So why do we do that? Why do we react? Why, when our kid gets mad at us and says, "Why didn't you do this?" All right. Why? What is it in us that leads us to?
I think it's a defensive mode where we are triggered to be on guard, I think, in a way of things that are threatening. And when somebody comes at us in a way that's appears to be threatening or seems, and not that that was majorly threatening, but it had a threatening kind of
We feel attacked
attack. Yeah.
or being accused of something, or someone's pointing the finger at us, someone's speaking to us in a way that's saying, "This is your fault," or
Yeah.
maybe we worry they're judging us, they're not liking us. We want to be liked. We want to just dig in a little deeper
Yeah.
to see
Yeah.
the underlying things that lead to this. It also can be a pattern in social expectations, especially if it's our child talking to us in a way,
Well, I think it's
speak
because,
to your parents that way.
yeah, it's because of the way, we were raised with somewhat of a, you're the speak when spoken to kind of thing, or, you don't talk to adults that way. We're the parent, you're the child kind of attitude.
As long as you live under my roof, you're going to follow
Yeah.
my rules.
Yeah, I wouldn't say my parents were terrible at it. I mean, they weren't harsh, but there was some of that, you
It's not a
know.
matter of being terrible, good or bad.
Um,
It's a matter of their parenting and the generation that they were raising you
yeah,
at times and the way that they learned to be a parent. We do the best we can in every moment, and it's based on what our experiences have been, what others have passed on to us. So just want to make sure we're not judging our parents or how they parented, or anyone really for that matter. We're all doing the best we can in the situation we're in. And as we learn new skills and new tools to improve these communication skills, to improve our listening skills, to be more effective, it it's an opportunity. It doesn't mean we're not going to fall back into old ways, old habits. Maybe we're stressed, we're hungry, we're tired, we're anxious, we have somewhere to be, we're running late for something. And so our mind's on something else. So then I think we're more likely to react.
yeah. I agree. And it was later in the evening and
So how
long day.
did you, what was the process in your mind of turning yourself around? So you reacted, you got
Well,
mad,
was
and what
well
went through,
she left kind of angrily to
yeah, but
go do something.
what went through
Well,
your
when
mind?
she did that, then I was doing the dishes and I was just thinking, well, how do I change this and make it different? Some of it was how do I get the point? It started out as how do I get that point across to her because she's got to know kind of thing was how it started to, and then I went, whoa, wait a minute, that isn't what we teach. I go back to that even between you and I is that we teach one thing and sometimes don't do we do the opposite, and so it went back to we teach it differently. We teach how to respond. And that got me started changing my thinking as what do I need to, how can I get this in a different place and come across in a different way? And so when she came back, as soon as she came through the door, I said, hey, could I have another chance at this? I didn't do well on that. I'd like another try at this. And then I started out just saying, I really now realize, and I apologize for not realizing the feelings you were having. You were really missing Olive, and that must have really hurt. So I apologize for not, paying attention to what you were feeling and responding differently. And that just, it kind of brought the energy down even on her side of it to where she started to talk to me. And I said, what could I do to help you out in the situation wanted to uh, do some kind of celebration for anyway. And so I went up and talked with her, and then we just got talking more, and I just listened.
What I hear you saying is at first you were like, how can I get my point across? How can I get her to listen? How can I get her to see what she did wrong? And then you realize, no, this is about hearing because she's the one that came to us with the problem. It's about her feeling heard.
Yeah.
And how can I respond in a way that she feels heard and respected rather than we got to get our point across. They've got to do better. They can't come talking to us that way. Our children need opportunities to mess up. They need a safe environment to express themselves, to get angry, to even act out. It's kind of like practice of learning how to communicate and be in the world. We got to allow them that messiness and to be able to come to us and unload on us. And it's not going to always look nice and it's going to sound like language that's not respectful. Yet giving them that opportunity to have those exchanges in a safe environment helps teach them tools. It's like when we see our kids arguing or fighting with each other, especially now that they're older. I'm like, I don't want to get in the middle of that. They've got a sibling thing going on and they can work that out and they can learn from each other. We don't need to step into the middle of that. Particularly, we have a teenage and a 22-year-old living together and allowing that to unfold naturally and us not stepping in if they're having a fight or a
Yeah.
disagreement, allowing that to unfold naturally because it's a learning process of, okay, when I act like this is how my sister responds. And, my sister says this, and then how do I react to that? And so they're learning that. And I think we can overstep
Mhm.
quite a bit. And so stepping back from things.
So that's our tip for this Tuesday. We hope that you enjoyed it. We hope that you share it with somebody you feel that could use a tip like that, a parent, and it can be a parent of an aging parent or a parent of a child that both can fit, because it's how we talk with anybody. So join us also on Thursday for our full podcast. You can find out more about us at focusedhealthyfamily.com. You can find us on Instagram.
Facebook, you can reach out if you know of a good company to hook us up with microphones and speakers so that we don't have echoes as we're recording, trying to record separately here. And But share the information, share our regular podcasts that air every Thursday. In addition to these tips, if you want to receive these tips by email, reach out to our website at Focused Healthy Family. And remember, how we speak to our children today shapes their future and ours.